Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform many times that in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. Earlier today, William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, held a high-level meeting with the leaders from Kiambu County. But one man was missing in action, Rigathi Gachagua. Why do you think Rigathi Gachagua was locked out of that particular meeting? Because let's face it, Rigathi Gachagua was in Kiambu County over the weekend. And Rigathi Gachagua projected himself as the kingpin of the mountain. As a matter of fact, he even went further and called on Martha Karua and Jeremiah Kioni to join him.
It pains me a lot when I see our leaders tearing each other. It pains me. I want once more, I called the governor, I called the MPs, I called the MCAs, and I tried to put them together so that we have peace and we have development in this county. This county is very important to President William Ruto and I. It is this county that gave us the highest number of votes in the Mount Kenya. And let us accept to be guided. As Deputy President, I am willing and ready to do more. I have a big responsibility to president to succeed, and he must succeed. Todo na idwe netwere ile ando aito kwaza nyobe no yitu atematiko na uru thirikari ya William Ruto agiaga gu succeed kimani wa icho ngwatu tiko na wako inoka. That is why the president must succeed.
But why would William Ruto meet with leaders from Kiambu County minus Rigathi Gachagua? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this particular video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us dive in. Why do you think William Ruto met with the Kiambu leaders minus his deputy? Why do you think he did that? The truth of the matter is that William Ruto wanted to achieve certain objectives. In this video, I want us to look at two things. Why William Ruto met with the Kiambu leaders first. Then the next thing I'm going to explain to you guys is why Rigathi Gachagua was locked out. And for those who follow this channel, earlier in the day, just a few hours ago, I did an analysis about the meeting between Mike Sonko and Rigathi Gachagua. And I explained to you guys that Rigathi Gachagua is clearly a man on a mission. Because Rigathi Gachagua is already rebranding. Rigathi Gachagua is meeting leaders from other parts of the country and across the political divide. And clearly, he's a man on a mission. And let me just read for you something which Mike Sonko has posted just a few hours ago. This is what he posted. This is the true intelligence. Alipeana 500 million upfront. Na kila mwezi walikubaliana apeane 200 million. Basically, Mike Sonko has already started working for Rigathi Gachagua, because if you understand politics, you will now conclude the content of the meeting between Rigathi Gachagua and Mike Sonko yesterday. And I remember asking Sonko a very simple question on this. Is it possible that Sakaja can afford to give Raila Odinga 500 million? Okay, let's say that's possible. Once off, possible. But can he afford to give Raila Odinga 200 million? You know, you give Raila Odinga 500 million. Then every single month, 200 million. Is it possible? Can Nairobi even sustain that? I don't think those are just stories. But let us not get into that. Let us focus on the matter at hand. Why do you think William Ruto decided to lock out Rigathi Gachagua out of this meeting? First of all, let us figure out why William Ruto met with leaders from Kiambu County. Number one is the Limuru 3 meeting. The truth of the matter is that the Limuru 3 meeting, which is being convened by Martha Karua and Jeremiah Kioni, is sending serious shockwaves in Kenya Kwanza, because they don't know who is funding that meeting. They don't know how the residents are perceiving or receiving the meeting. They don't know the resolutions. Because if you look at the politics of the Republic of Kenya, the first Limuru 1 conference, which took place in 1966, it was convened by the former president, the late Jomo Kenyatta, and that's where Jaramogi Oginga Odinga's powers were actually reduced. Then another Limuru conference, what the Kikuyu Nation call Limuru 2 conference, also took place in 2012. During that meeting, Uhuru Kenyatta was officially named as the Mount Kenya Kingpin. So they don't know the outcome of this meeting, the resolution. So it's worrying them. So how are they going to contain this particular meeting? That was one of the agenda. Number 2, William Ruto is actually worried about the rebellion against Kenya Kwanza in Mount Kenya. For those who follow the politics of the mountain very closely, there was a day where Mushomba, the Githunguri member of parliament, Moses Kuria, and there was this other cabinet secretary, attended some burial there. And Mushomba was actually cheered when he started attacking Kenya Kwanza government. The truth is, the mountain is rebelling against William Ruto. And there's no way William Ruto can just sit pretty, because remember, Kiambu County alone gave William Ruto 600,000 votes. Sometimes people say Weta delivered the presidency, but if Kiambu had not voted, because Kiambu belonged to Uhuru Kenyatta, is actually in Uhuru Kenyatta's backyard, if they had voted otherwise, I doubt if Ruto would be the president today. So that rebellion is worrying William Ruto, and he wants to start dealing with it by first of all dealing with the Kiambu, then the next county, then the next county in the mountain. The other thing which is worrying William Ruto is the infighting in Kiambu, which in my view is by design. The third thing which is worrying William Ruto is the infighting in Kiambu, which in my view is actually by design. It's him who designed the infighting. There is no way you can empower Kimani Ichung'wah, make him so powerful, bigger than even the governor, and then you have the governor, then you side with Kimani Ichung'wah, and you expect the governor to just sit there. The truth is, that fight is taking a bad trajectory for William Ruto, and is actually worried. The fourth reason why Ruto convened this meeting is because of his planned visit to Kiambu. William Ruto intends to tour Kiambu in the next, I think, if not next week or next week but one. He intends to tour Kiambu. And of course, anytime the president intends to visit a place, he must meet with the local leaders to discuss the issues. Probably the intelligence might have told him these are the issues there, so he's just preparing those guys ahead of his visit. And lastly, the last reason why he's visiting Kiambu is because of the development project. The truth is, when Uhuru Kenyatta was the president of the Republic of Kenya, Kenya was actually a construction site. You would be moving to any part of the country, you would be meeting bulldozers everywhere, doing projects, barabara, nini, whatever. Since William Ruto took over, I've driven my car from here to Siaya, from here to Busia, from here to Migori, from here to Kisii, from here to Nakuru. I've never met or encountered a major development project. The truth is, in most of the time, I always just encounter deserted construction sites. In Kiambu, Uhuru Kenyatta left massive development projects. Remember, these are the people who told the residents of Kiambu that Uhuru Kenyatta did nothing. Now, the little that Uhuru Kenyatta left there are stalled. So most of these MPs cannot even go to the ground. They are always being heckled left, right, and center. So William Ruto just went to meet with them. So William Ruto just met with these guys to discuss how to kickstart some of these stalled projects. Because remember, very soon William Ruto will be starting the third year very soon. And third year, that would be campaigns. But why do you think Rigathi Gachagua was locked out of this meeting? I know you can tell me that Rigathi Gachagua comes from Nyeri. Rigathi Gachagua is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. He is the principal assistant to the president. Rigathi Gachagua wants to inherit Mount Kenya. And because he wants to inherit Mount Kenya, he just needed to be where William Ruto is. Why was he locked out? Number one is the Mount Kenya succession politics. By William Ruto inviting Rigathi Gachagua to this meeting and then leaving the rest, it was going to be clear that he's the kingpin. Some people don't want Rigathi Gachagua to be the automatic kingpin. They still just want to be the kingpin. Rigathi Gachagua is trying so hard by virtue of being the deputy president to be the Mount Kenya kingpin. That's why he was not invited. Number two, William Ruto also wants to be the one in charge of Mount Kenya. Let me repeat myself again. This is something I've stated on this platform severally. If there is one thing William Ruto will not allow to happen, is for any other individual to emerge in Mount Kenya as kingpin. William Ruto would rather have Rigathi Gachagua as a deputy president, but not as Mount Kenya kingpin. The only reason why William Ruto is taking over Jubilee Party forcefully from Uhuru Kenyatta is because of the fear if that party were to be left in the hands of Uhuru, probably someone might emerge as Mount Kenya kingpin. William Ruto wants a situation where if he were to go to the mountain, he would go directly, just the way he has done it. So that if he will be meeting with the Kiambu leaders, he doesn't need to have Rigathi Gachagua to be present. If he wants to meet Muranga people, he doesn't need Rigathi Gachagua to be present. He can just send messages to them, then they come. That is the fact. William Ruto does not want anybody to emerge as Mount Kenya kingpin. He wants to deal with the mountain directly, which is a fact and which is good because he learned if Uhuru Kenyatta had tried that and locked Ruto out of the mountain, Ruto probably would not have managed to take the mountain. So that by the time Uhuru wanted now to cling onto the mountain, it had already gone. If William Ruto were to allow Rigathi Gachagua to take control of the mountain, when he will need it, Rigathi Gachagua shall have left with it. Number three, which is also a fact, is the fact that William Ruto prefers Ndindi Nyoro as far as Mount Kenya politics is concerned. But because Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president, it meant Ndindi Nyoro has to give away. So as a collateral damage, what William Ruto is doing is locking all of them out. And that can explain why William Ruto, who is the president, met with Kiambu leaders, minus the deputy president. But remember, in Kiambu, there's a cabinet secretary from Kiambu County. In an ordinary circumstance, that cabinet secretary just ought to have been present, but he was also locked out as a collateral damage. And lastly, William Ruto is also keen on locking Rigathi Gachagua out of these development projects because he doesn't want Rigathi Gachagua to take credit. If, for example, Rigathi Gachagua was present there, probably would have told him, Rigathi, oh, you follow up that, follow up this, follow up that, follow up this. So he doesn't want that to happen. So I don't know what you think, but that's my take. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comment section. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.